I think I want to try to make a couple of key points this evening about the situation we are in with respect to Iran in particular. First of all, I think that many people in this administration, and it's been true to some extent, and in some others, it was true to some extent in parts of the Carter administration, which I served in, look upon interaction with much of the world as if it were a meeting of a city council. And we're all kind of members of the city council, and some of us are liberals and some are conservatives, and we may not only argue, may even really get mad at one another from time to time, but we're all there for kind of a common purpose. And if even if I don't like you very much, if I decide, he's got a pretty important subcommittee and he might be able to do something for me at some point, so I'll do a little something for him. And then maybe, a month or two later, if I need a favor, he'll do a little something for me. That's the way institutions like that work. But my professor at Yale Law School, Leon Lipson, opened the law school class year on international law with a wonderful line. He said, "This is the only class you'll take in law school in which there is a really substantive and basic question about whether or not the subject exists at all. And the reason is there's no sheriff." And of course, he's right. There's no sheriff in international affairs. It's high noon without Gary Cooper coming back to town. And what that means is that you do something for somebody, and if he is ideologically committed to killing you because of your religion, he's not going to reciprocate by doing something nice for you, and maybe reciprocates by killing you. And we have in Iran a very serious fundamental problem. The Persians are an extraordinarily talented and able people. They've been around for 2.5 millennia, and they invented chess, and they are bargainers par excellence. They are smart, and in many ways they're a great people. The problem is not the Persian people, it's their government. But their government now, and has for the last over a third of a century, been a theocratic, totalitarian, genocidal empire. And those aren't just expletives. I think I can back up each of those words. Theocratic. Certainly it is a theocracy. It has been since Khomeini took over in '79. Its side of Shiism is focused on the idea of bringing back the Mahdi, the hidden Imam, the 12th Imam. Ahmadinejad went so far as to build a road from Qom, where the Mahdi is supposed to, as a little boy, have fallen down a well, a road from the well back into the middle of Tehran, so the Mahdi can come take over easily when it's time for him to do so. And when that happens, they will all go to heaven and we will all go to heaven. That's the belief. Now, do all Persians, all Iranians hold those beliefs? Of course not, no. But do the leaders? Does Khamenei? I think absolutely. And so one does not need to have a majority of a country have a crazed idea in order for the government to be able to adopt crazed undertakings. Hitler never got more than about 30% in election, but he was able to rule Germany devastatingly for a decade plus. So we have a government in Iran that is influenced heavily by this particular theocratic tradition, and it is a very troubling theocratic tradition for other Muslims, for everybody else, except 12 are Shia. Theocratic, totalitarian. Well, in '09, Ahmadinejad stole the election, clearly stole the election. And the young people of Iran took to the streets in greater numbers than they took to the streets in '79 when they threw out the Shah. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands. They were massacred by the Revolutionary Guard. The women were raped. They were imprisoned and tortured. And the rebellion was broken. And we lifted not a finger, not a thing, not even verbal encouragement. They felt they had no friends, no support. So totalitarianism is very much alive in the spirit of the rulers of Iran, and when they need to exhibit it, they do. Theocratic, totalitarian, genocidal. You don't negotiate too much with other parties, and I've been in 5 major negotiations on arms control, 4 with the Soviets, 1 with the entire Warsaw Pact that I headed up. I don't think even my hardest line Soviet colleagues would have thought they were going to get away with standing outside our negotiating conference room and chanting "Death to America" as my negotiating team and I came in to meet with them. I mean, hello? No, of course you don't negotiate with someone who has declared you the object of his genocide. It's ridiculous. Iran is the principal supporter of terrorism in the world. Not just in the Middle East, it's the world champion by leaps and bounds. And with respect to Israel and Jews, with respect to Americans, democracy, it is thoroughly opposed to our continuing to exist.